Early hours of the 12th of November 2022 on a Saturday, a driver was driving on an empty road in Sylvia Street, Richwood, just after midnight, and spotted what looked like a person lying in the middle of the road. Concerned, he drove by the person slowly, but hesitated to stop, afraid that this was a plan to lure him out of his vehicle by hijackers, since the place was known to be very dangerous. He quickly called the police and alerted them of the individual on the road who was not moving. This is the story of Suritha Altu. Suritha was born on the 24th of May 1994. Not much is known about her childhood. It is known, however, that she had made a name for herself as a well-known makeup artist. She was very passionate about makeup. She wrote on her website that she was passionate about transforming lives through the art of makeup. She was a determined and very ambitious woman who was on her way to becoming something big in the makeup industry. She had clear talent for what she did as she received amazing reviews about her work. Her passion showed in her work as she made sure to go beyond satisfying her clients. Suritha was very excited about the future as she had managed to land a job overseas. According to her friend, they had recently celebrated the great news of her going to work in a boat overseas just weeks prior. However, that future would soon disappear to thin air. On the 11th of November 2022, on a Friday, the day started out like any ordinary day, and Suritha managed to do everything she had planned to do for the day. Evening quickly approached, and after a long and productive day, Suritha and her husband decided to go out to a nearby restaurant that was a few minutes away from their home. It was a Friday evening, and they felt they needed to get out for a drink or two. Suritha loved the idea because it was a much needed break and a chance to relax and bask in her husband's attention and their quality time together. Just have a little bit of fun. However, after a while, the couple had a disagreement which turned to be so bad that after midnight, Suritha stormed out of the restaurant and her husband heading home on foot. Her husband tried calling out to her, but she was so upset that he just decided to let her go, which would soon turn out to be the worst decision he could have ever made, a decision he would soon regret dearly. Just after 2 a.m., the police were called. Someone had a complaint about a woman lying in the middle of the road in Sylvia Street, Richwood. Police rushed over to the scene. When they arrived, they found two security officers who were standing with the injured victim. They found that the woman was bleeding from multiple stab wounds. She was lying in a pool of her own blood. The woman was confirmed to be Suritha. She was robbed and stabbed multiple times and left there bleeding. Medical help was immediately called. 10 Securitas medical response team later said they received a distress call about the incident. On arrival, Suritha was found unresponsive in the middle of the road with multiple stab wounds. Medics on the scene worked tirelessly to stabilize her. Suritha was transported to a nearby hospital, and despite all the efforts to save her, she unfortunately later passed on. Suritha's family and friends were devastated about their loved one's passing. Condolences were pouring in for the family. It was so sad, the fact that attackers not only robbed Suritha of her belongings that fateful night, but they robbed her of her life as well. It is scary to think that they were sitting there in wait for a victim all along. A memorial was held for Suritha in her hometown of Richwood. Her loved ones brought with them flowers and candles to mourn Suritha's death. While the family was grieving the loss of their beloved, the police were investigating the case, trying to capture the perpetrators who were responsible for Suritha's death. 2 weeks later, they apprehended two suspects, aged 16 and 32, during the early hours of the morning and arrested them for the gruesome murder of Suritha Alting. The suspects are yet to appear in court. This is still an ongoing case. Suritha was a beautiful, passionate soul who was taken away from her place here on earth by monsters with no conscience. May she rest peacefully.